sound of Brooklyn.
Hi, I'm Lee from the MS Society, and I'm honoured to be joined by a real musical hero of mine. It's Juice Crew legend, Masta Ace.
What's up, Lee?
Maybe you could start by telling us what brings you to London.
Yeah, I'm on a tour. Me and Marco Polo, a great producer from Toronto, Canada. We dropped an album on November 9th called A Brooklyn Story. We're going all the way across Europe, just hitting a bunch of venues and performing these new records that people are so excited about.
We move around in Brooklyn. The town is Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy, Flatbush, Brownsville, Crown Heights, where the music feels good and it sounds right. Summertime, music in the park. We can do this in the dark. We don't even need no street lights. We bright. Look how we all
The reason
shine.
we connected with you, as a lot of people may know, is because you have MS.
Yeah.
And I know that you were diagnosed with MS in around 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
But at that time, it was something you decided you wanted to keep quite private, and you told very few people. You told your wife.
My wife had the best, reaction. She had the most important reaction. Her reaction was like, "Oh, you good. Like, that ain't nothing. Like, okay, we can manage that."
In 2013, so I think you'd had MS for like roughly 15, getting on for 15 years by that time.
Yeah.
You decided that it was kind of time to make it publicly known.
Right.
So why at that time?
I think I was like kind of waiting for a sign. I felt like I was just gonna kind of know when the time was. And then I was in the van on tour with Marco Polo and Strickland and our tour manager. And we got pulled over in the Czech Republic by some police, and they pulled us off to the side of the road, and they searched our entire van. But in that search, they found my MS meds, my Avonex. Marco was like, "What was that stuff they found in your bag?" Like, and I just, for no reason, just said, "This is what it was." The way it was revealed felt like the sign, and so. Not even a year after that, less than a year after that, I reached out to a journalist, a friend of mine, and I said, "I want to tell my story." Then it was like a kind of a relief, a weight was lifted off of me. I didn't feel like I had to sneak around and all this kind of stuff, and I just felt better. And then once I started getting the reactions from people on social media and stuff, I realized that me doing it might actually help some people out there, because there were people out there that were suffering from different things, not just MS, but other things. And they were, inspired by, my openness and willing to talk about what I was dealing with, and they shared some of their stories with me via social media. And so, yeah, man, it's all about trying to inspire people at this point by how I live, my lifestyle, the way I carry myself, what I do in my performances. And so people that see that and they go, "Wow, this guy has this disease, but look at him, he's going. He's like, nothing's holding him back."
How would you say that MS kind of changed your outlook on life?
Getting diagnosed with MS opened up my mind to things that I might have been closed to in the past. I learned to ski, which skiing wasn't even something I considered. I was like, I'm not skiing. But the diagnosis said, you know what? There may be a day when you aren't able to use your legs. Go see what it feels like. And I learned to ski. I think that's a big part of it, man. Just getting out there, looking at your life and saying, don't know what 10 years from now is gonna be like. Here's an opportunity to do something that I still can physically do. Let's do it.
You have a new album out with Marco Polo,
Yeah,
The Brooklyn Story, which is a brilliant album. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
I
Thanks.
really love it. There's a brilliant track on the album, which is about having MS, the fight
So
song.
I'ma push forward the whole night long. So even when I black out, leave the lights on. Fight song, fight song.
My spine tingling, visions off and my fingers numb. He looking for a vicious fight, I'ma bring him one. My killer tape's gonna play loud until Dilla wakes. If you want a song that illustrates, I'ma sing him one.
I got a call from a friend of mine named Paul Barman, who's an MC. He said, I just had this idea. I think you should do a song where it's like a battle, but instead of an MC, the MC is MS. And I was like, that's a dope idea, Paul. That's actually a dope idea. I said, I don't have a track for it at the moment, but I'm gonna keep it in my back pocket. So as Marco was making beats and sending me music, there was this one beat that I said, you know what, this could actually work. I had him restructure it more in the idea of how I thought the song would sound. He restructured it, he changed the drums, did some different things to it, and I laid my verse down, and then we had to figure out who was gonna be the perfect MC to embody MS, to take on the role of MS, and Pharoah Monch was the perfect guy for the job because he's such a first of all incredible lyricist, but then a really visual guy, and then he adds voice changes and voice inflections to kind of morph into this being, this thing, this disease, this monster, and he just did an incredible job on it, and it turned into this song that everybody's loving. People saying, oh, it should be nominated for Grammy and this kind of stuff. My job is to just make music that inspires people, and that's what we did with that one.
I see no need to disguise what I am or somehow surprise you with a clever rhyme. Allow me to shake your hand before I enter your mind. I'm the amalgamation of pain and fatigue culminating in your brain. I'm a disease, you never heard of me. You'll listen when I attack your spinal cord and weaken your immune system. Excruciating pain, suffering that's atrocious. For the multitude, I'm multiple sclerosis, vision loss.
You've been really prolific since your MS diagnosis. And I mean, do you think that actually kind of having MS has been a positive influence on you creatively?
Definitely. Without a doubt, I've written my best work. My best albums were written after the diagnosis.
Right.
Just this newfound determination that, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what, my quality of life is going to be down the road. But from this day, I'm going to make sure that everything I do, I love what I'm doing, and I put my all into it, and I make it as good as it can be, and that's what I did.
Find out more about MS, www.mssociety.org.uk/about-ms.
I'm living life like my eyes might never see the next dawn.